Hi, I'm Johnny Devino. I'm a senior at the United States Military Academy at West Point.
My name is Will Coletti. I'm a senior at the United States Military Academy, and I play lacrosse here.
This summer, my teammate and I, Will Coletti, along with 7 other cadets and 2 officers, went on AIAD, which is like an academic enrichment opportunity, through the Simon Center, which is one of the centers here at West Point. The director is Colonel Yastrzemski, who was the captain of the 1997 Army men's lacrosse team.
It takes on a little special meaning for me. I had the opportunity as a young assistant to coach Colonel Yaz. When Colonel Yaz is leading something, I know to get our guys involved with it because he is a special leader.
So before leaving, we were given the book Band of Brothers, which has to do a lot with World War II and the struggles and the eventual victory that they faced. So we started reading the book a little bit, and then we flew into Paris the day after graduation.
The itinerary of the trip was first we visited France, and in France we went to the beaches of Normandy, Utah Beach, and Point du Hoc. After that, we visited Luxembourg. Our last part of the trip was Belgium, and we got to see the sites where the Battle of Bulge happened.
I believe that West Point is the finest academic institution in the world, and it's not just because of what they learn in the classroom. It's things like this that they get to do in the summertime, where they get to learn about history, but more importantly, they get to learn about themselves, and it puts them in situations that they potentially could encounter down the road.
This trip did challenge me mentally, seeing all of the sites where soldiers have given their lives for a greater purpose.
I was walking through the Normandy cemetery and just seeing all the ages of the men that lost their lives during World War II was just extremely impactful because these are going to be the soldiers that I'm leading one day.
Some of the soldiers were brothers, some were father and sons. Seeing that firsthand as a future officer and as a cadet and also as an American was very special and very, very challenging mentally though.
It's hard to quantify how much it helped them, but I know when Will came back, and I spoke with both Will and John individually, and both of them called it life-changing. They're not usually guys that are going to overstate anything, so certainly it had an effect on them, or a profound one, and one that will last throughout their careers in the Army and beyond.
The trip was life-changing because being able to see the decisions that some of the soldiers and some of the officers made in such a heavy conflict and a high pressure situation really affected me as a future leader or a future officer because of the trust that those soldiers had in each other while their lives were on the line has helped me trust my teammates, trust my classmates, and trust the people that I'm going to serve with in the future.
The moral and ethical impacts that your decisions have on young men and women when you're an officer in the Army is extremely important because they're looking at all the right things you do, but they're also really looking at a lot of the wrong things you do too. When every little action has a big impact.
This trip was very impactful just because of my great-grandpa. My great-grandpa was on Utah Beach as a private back in World War II.
My great-grandfather was on the USS Sherbrooke. He was a gunner and he helped in Operation Overlord, which was D-Day. He was off the coast of Normandy at the time and then ended up going to the Pacific Theater and was killed in action when a kamikaze plane crashed into his boat. So this had a pretty big impact on my family and I.
This is a trip that my relatives, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my cousins have all reached out to me about, saying that they've always wanted to go but never had the opportunity to. That's a very special thing that West Point has provided me.